Hello guys and welcome back to the GCOR Unlimited Racing 2D2 Championship. Today we're here at Montreal, but before we get to Montreal, let's have a quick look at the standings. George Russell leads Max Verstappen by a point, who leads Lewis Hamilton by a point, who leads Kimi Antonelli by 3, who leads Isaac Hadjar by another 3. Sorry, gap between Hamilton and Antonelli was 2 points, not 3 points. But yeah, no, top 5 separated by 7 points is looking close. It's looking tight. Especially after that Antonelli race victory last time, that was definitely a shock. But to be fair to Mercedes, they've been making inroads quietly, gradually. Soilov's been consistent. I think he's got P5, P6, P7 as well. So he's been very consistent there. Charles Leclerc, obviously McLaren have brought new upgrades at China, and it seemed to work. They weren't where I'm sure they want to be, but it did definitely work. Colapinto P8, Mini P9, and Duan P10 in the championship. Frederick Vesti and Camara P11 and P12. Not too bad for Audi, with Paul Aron getting his best finish last time out at Shanghai, which was a P8 behind the two Hasses. Latifi in the Haas P14, Alex Doom P15, Liam Lawson P16, Jack Crawford P17, Beganovic P18, Lando Norris having a horrible season so far P19, and Nikita Mazepin last in the standings. Constructors wise, this is how it looks. Ferrari have built a small buffer now to P2. P2 now being Mercedes after Antonelli's great race victory. Red Bull there P3. Don't count them out yet. Don't count out Alpine either. In the fight for best of the rest, we have McLaren, Williams, and Audi all separated by 6 points, with Aston Martin a further 4 points behind Audi. So definitely that fight for 5th is going to be interesting. And then, the battle of the backmarkers, Haas and VCARB, both on the same amount of points, 9th and 10th. Let's get into it though. Montreal should be a good qualifying session. I can't wait. Favorite for pole? Do I say Ferrari? It's too late for me to guess now. I guess I'll just watch. George though. Good first sector from George Russell, setting the pace. Antonelli's there too. George is really flying. Antonelli and Leclerc P3, those new upgrades are really doing McLaren justice. Couldn't Leclerc snatch pole position? No, George Russell's got him. Leclerc, Russell. Was it Leclerc? Was it Russell? Who bagged pole position? It was Leclerc. Leclerc bagged pole position just. Nobody expected that. Charles Leclerc puts that McLaren on pole position. What a performance. I tell you what, Hurricane, the McLaren team boss, is going to be ecstatic. What a lap from the Monegasque. Pole position. George Russell just beaten out. That first sector was good. The middle sector, Leclerc kind of came into his own. And the final sector, we saw how tight it was between Charles Leclerc and George Russell. But man, were we treated. Kimi Antonelli, P3, with Max Verstappen starting P4, Lewis Hamilton makes it 5 different constructors in the top 5 spots on the grid. Soilov P6 continuing with his solid run. Vesti P7, very good result for Audi there. Hadjar P8, Camara P9, Aron P10 rounding off the top 10. Colapinto, disappointing day for himself, and Williams P11 with Alex Doom P12, Jack Doohan P13, Lando Norris, what a performance in the VCARB for P14, Mini P15, Beganovic P16, Latifi P17, Crawford, Mazepin follow with Liam Lawson starting last. Let's get into it. Who do I think is going to win this race? Am I going to say 4 different winners in the first 4 races? No, a little bird's telling me Hamilton's going to win today. Anyways, lights out and away we go. Leclerc defends the inside of turn 1, which then becomes the outside for turn 2. Russell goes and gets Leclerc. Hamilton into P3. Trying to make my prediction come true. Verstappen's not going to make it easy for him though. These two have been fighting all season long. Leclerc though, down the inside of Russell, manages to get the move. No, it's not done. Although they're still side by side. Leclerc and Russell. Russell now the straight line speed of the Alpine. Leclerc now has the inside line, the same line Russell had last lap. Side by side the two go. Leclerc takes the lead as Hamilton dives down the inside of Max Verstappen. Side by side they go into the final sector. Hamilton manages to keep P3. Very chaotic start. Further back, Antonelli gets past Antonelli. Antonelli had a horrible start. Poor Aaron though. Good start from himself. George Russell gets Leclerc, Verstappen all over the back of Charles Leclerc. Leclerc and Russell on softs, whilst Hamilton and Verstappen on mediums. So definitely expect the leaders to be boxing in the next, let's say, 2 laps. The next 2 laps or so. Further back, Antonelli fighting with Aaron, and Aaron, what a performance this is from him. Obviously, there were a lot of rumours that he was going to go. As I say that, he boxes. Aaron boxes. Verstappen all over Leclerc. Very, very aggressive from Verstappen, but manages to get the move done. Goes slightly wide and manages to keep P2. George Russell's next for the Dutchman. And look at the straight line speed of the Red Bull down the inside. But Russell's in. Russell is in. Verstappen didn't get a very good exit of the final corner into the Wall of Champions. And that's managed to bring Hamilton into the scheme of things. But yeah, no, poor Aaron. Obviously, there were rumours about him getting replaced by Beganovic as Antonelli gets past Aaron and Beganovic. But obviously, good results is the best way to keep your seat. And that's exactly what Aaron's, well, what he's about to do if he can just keep it on the road. Long way to go as we see our leaders now box. Hamilton hards, Verstappen softs. Russell, very good outlap from him. Vesti still yet to box. Only him and Beganovic still yet to box. Further back, Soilov fighting with Isaac Hajar. Mini as well. Mini's there too. At the front, who's that in? That's Vesti. Vesti's in. Unsurprisingly. Only driver yet to box. Kamara and Soilov in too. Up at the front, we have Leclerc, Verstappen. Russell's managed to build about a 2-second lead as Leclerc gets caught up with Max. Hamilton's there on his hard tyres, just waiting. He's being patient. Hamilton, the straight line speed of the Ferrari. Round the outside, Verstappen dives into the pits. Hamilton's going to get the move done. Very good move from Lewis. Is that just tyre wear or what? Obviously, the hards are a better tyre to be on in terms of longevity. But the mediums that Leclerc is on aren't even in very, very bad condition. Verstappen gets past Hajar very easily there. But at the front, Russell's built a good gap, a good lead. Further back, Colapinto gaining on Crawford. Down the inside of Crawford, Colapinto obviously managed to get a podium at race 1. Since then, it's just been downhill. And all of the drivers are really struggling into the chicane. All of them are struggling into chicane. Soilov and Colapinto, though, side by side they go. And Soilov manages to take the position. Vesti fighting with Hajar. Let's see what's going on at the top. So George is in, Leclerc's in too. Hamilton stays out. Hamilton stays out. 5 laps to go. Who's on the best strategy? Russell's getting caught up a little bit with Vesti. That's not going to help his cause. Hamilton, I think he'll stay out. I think he'll box next lap. Right now, his lap times are good. But Verstappen is hawking him down. Vesti's in. That's going to be his final pit stop of the Grand Prix. Antonelli, Hajar, both being stalked by Leclerc. Leclerc has already got the Frenchman. And now his eyes are set on the Italian. He's got him too. Use a little bit of grass, but he's got him too. Leclerc's going to be quick. And I think Leclerc can go to the end. Hamilton will box. No, he'll stay out. Hamilton will stay out. Verstappen stays out. Russell, though, going for the undercut. So Leclerc, I reckon Leclerc's going to the end of the race. If I were to pick anyone, if I were to be in anyone's situation right now, I'd probably be in Russell's situation. Russell's box now is on fresh tyres. As you see Verstappen go down the inside of Hamilton at the hairpin. Hamilton tries to fight it, but no. Verstappen takes the lead. But like I was saying, I'd rather be in Russell's situation. Fresh tyres. A few laps to go. I don't know. I feel like Hamilton and Verstappen they've left it too late. That's going to be a lot of work for the pair to do. Because they're going to have to get past Antonelli, who he won't be too difficult on older hards. But it depends how hard Hamilton and Verstappen fight each other. If they are caught up in fighting each other, that would naturally give an advantage to Russell and Leclerc, although they are beginning to close the gap. But that Ferrari is rapid down the straight. Hamilton, not even using the ERS into the chicane, uses it on exit and manages to get Verstappen just like that. Brilliant move from Lewis Hamilton. But now we have a four-way fight for the lead. Will it be George Russell? Will it be Charles Leclerc? Will it be Lewis Hamilton? Or will it be Max Verstappen? Charles Leclerc, this is the first time we've seen the McLaren be competitive. Down the inside, he goes to the hairpin. Leclerc manages to make the move stick. But he's going to have to lap his teammate. How difficult will his teammate make it for him? Alex Dune. George Russell's now lost out to Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton might be in the best situation. Alex Dune's getting in the way. Hamilton's going to try and make a move, but Alex Dune, he's not respecting blue flags. Hamilton's gone slightly wide. Leclerc, though. Leclerc. He can't do anything about it. He's on old hards. Verstappen's going to send it down the inside. There's carnage with the back markers. It's carnage. I think Hamilton's done enough, though. Hamilton has the wall of champions to navigate. Lewis Hamilton's a race winner in Unlimited Racing 2D in Canada. How poetic is that? Lewis Hamilton wins his first ever Grand Prix in Canada. It's not the first time we've said that. Max Verstappen, P2. Very good drive from Max. Charles Leclerc, after taking pole, he has to settle for P3 with George Russell P4. Isaac Hadjar, P5 with Frederick Vesti, a very good drive from the Audi driver P6. Antonelli will be a little bit disappointed with P7. Paul Aaron, P8 after all of the rumours. Another really good result. That's that's Aston Martin's best result. Mini P9 with Franco Colapinto rounding off the top 10. We have Cameron P11, Soilov P12. Mercedes, after a very good weekend at Shanghai, maybe not such a good weekend here at Montreal. Jack Crawford P13, Lando Norris P14, Jack Doohan P15, disappointing day for Jack Doohan. Beganovic P16, Nikita Mazepin P17, Lawson 18, Doohan 19, and Latifi 20th. But wow, what a Grand Prix that was. That got spicy towards the end, especially with the back markers. We had a four-way fight. Hamilton, Verstappen, Leclerc, Russell, all fighting for the race lead. I predicted Hamilton to win before the race started, and clearly that prediction was right. But I do admit, with 3 laps to go, I thought Russell was in the best position. I ended up being completely wrong, as Russell ended up being in the worst position out of everyone. In the standings, Hamilton now takes the championship lead. Lewis Hamilton takes the championship lead, 4 points ahead of Max Verstappen. I swear Verstappen's been second all season long in the championship. Whether it be second to Hadjar, second to Russell, or second to Hamilton. That first race win is looming, though. It is looming for Max Verstappen. Ferrari have done a great job with their car, though. Definitely, you can start to see them running away in this title fight. Antonelli P5 with Soilov P7. That's, yeah, I guess Mercedes can't really complain there. Had a very good weekend at Shanghai. Obviously, Antonelli's race victory, but here not so much. Yeah, Leclerc P6 in the standings. Obviously, Hurricanes upgrades have helped. I mean, clearly the pole position said a lot, and podium, McLaren's first podium as well, you know. So we can see how they can just continue to go forward. Colapinto P8, Mini P9, Vesti P10. Look of the constructors, not much has really changed. Yeah, not much really has changed. In terms of the constructors, Red Bull closer to Mercedes. Well, I mean, they're on the same points now, but Ferrari beginning to open up a bit of a lead constructors-wise. Alpine are beginning to fall back a little bit. I think that's because of Crawford. Crawford is just getting outclassed by George Russell. I mean, we can't say we didn't expect it, but definitely it is hurting Alpine in the constructors. McLaren, 4 points ahead of Audi. Yeah, Leclerc Racing, really. Williams and Aston Martin, that's a very good fight. And VCARB and Haas. VCARB, obviously, they were last with their team boss being at risk of the sacking, but the fact that they've now moved above Haas, that is quite crucial for his job. Next up, we're at Coda. Already 1/3 of the season gone. Coda's next, so definitely that's going to be a good one. I hope you guys can be there to watch it. For now, thank you guys and goodbye.